Only the one win in their last 12 matches. South Sydney looking to get back on the winners list, and we're off and running. Super Saturday continues here on Fox League, and it's Frank Molo first to hit it up. One of the reasons South have had it over the Dragons, they've dominated in the forwards the last few years. And going nowhere there is Aaron Woods. So McCulloch feeding it on here, and Jaden Sewer, 3 years at the Bunnies. Grand final second rower last year. Welcome inclusion back in this Dragons outfit. There's DeBellin now on tackle 4. So conditions pretty nice this afternoon. Jack Bird, Anthony Griffin before the game said one of the reasons Jack Bird's wearing the 6 because of his running game. And that's a nice easy catch for Alex Johnston. So DeBellin leads the chase, and the Dragons get through that first set. Let's send you down to the sideline for the first time. Here's James Hooper.
G'day, Dan. Evening, everyone. Just as we speak, rain's starting to fall now, Dan, so we'll keep you posted on conditions. Otherwise, the surface looks good, and the Dragons, their forward pack really needs to aim up if they're going to snap this 3-game losing streak. Not one of them ran for over 100 metres last week, so that's where they need to roll the sleeves
Thank you, James. So what is it? That breaks about an 8-hour window where we didn't have rain. That's probably a record for the last month here in Sydney. South Sydney inside Dragons territory, but Ilias kicking. That rain's starting to become a factor there. It's sweeping across the field as Mbai bringing it back. Plenty of fullback experience for him, of course, at the Wests Tigers at Canterbury. Over 40 games in the custodian role. Lomax. Conceding 30 a game, the Dragons. That's obviously the issue, as Sewer well contained this time after a good bustling first run. Now here's, it's a Bellin, hit hard, down low to Toller, up top Tom Burgess. McCulloch poking the kick. Now Mitchell there, that was untidy, but it was okay. And again, an excellent line of Dragons defenders.
Yeah, just saw the ball skid on there, and the rain that's starting to fall here at Homebush certainly will play its part. Just gets through the legs there of Latrell Mitchell. I think a strong defensive start from South Sydney. The Dragons will have to wear that and just continue on. They've been very good in the opening of games, the Dragons, but just can't put 80 minutes together. I think South will make them do that. He's hook out of dummy half. Yeah,
off the back of the Murray run. So another excellent set for South Sydney. It's going to be Walker to kick. Trying to pin the Dragons in the corner. Mbai. Take it comfortably on that relayed surface. So it'll be interesting what the rain does here. If it does make the footing really difficult. Illawarra not going too far, and this is Lomax on tackle 3, so South Sydney forwards laying a platform here. But that is a big help to the Dragons. Boy, they needed that.
They certainly did. They've been bringing it out of their own end. We're only 3.5 minutes into the game, but early pressure on the Dragons to make sure that they didn't make an error at this end of the field. Haven't had to play the ball in South Sydney territory yet, and I'm sure that'll happen this set.
Cody, wait for it. No tackle.
So closing in on halfway as Bird out to Mbai. Strong tackle there by Mansour, back in the side for the first time since round 1. And there's Tarek Sims, played all 80 last week. First time this year for him. Now to Bellin. On to Hunt. Plenty of ball for Sewer early. And Lomax closed down. Ball movement, though, from the Dragons. There's Bird skipping across and DeBellin straightening. Both sides guilty of slow starts to games this year as Hunt onto a surging Bird, but handled Kalamatangi. Ilias up top. So Hunt goes to the air, and this should be a contest. Lomax unchallenged, but knocking it forward. So that just lets the air out of the balloon for the Dragons.
Yeah, the first attacking kick, I'd be aiming all my attacking kicks to the left side of the field. Josh Mansour doesn't like to get off the ground, and that's where I'm sure they've done their homework. And Ben Hunt should be aiming those attacking kicks quick again.
Oh, look at him go down the middle into the backfield. Oh, he almost got past Mbai. Finally does. Then links up with Graham inside the 20. Then the pass for Mitchell. What a try! What a stunning South Sydney try! Oh, Cook tearing them apart in the first 6 minutes. And they have kept that alive majestically. What a start for the Red and Green.
Yeah, made a slow start to the season. Damien Cook running game was quelled by the defence, the opposition in those couple of early games, the Broncos and the Melbourne Storm. But already twice today has opened up the Dragons, gets past a diving Ben Hunt, beats Moses Mbai, just trying to find the pass, gets it to Campbell Graham. Graham does a great job to keep his arms free. Latrell Mitchell pushing up back on the inside, and it started with the Jai Arrow offload. And look at the footwork, how he beat Andrew McCulloch. Too quick for both Hunt and Moses Mbai. Got a bit of him, but not enough. Then Campbell Graham just does enough to hold off Matt Fionney, and South Sydney score an early one through Latrell Mitchell, but worrying signs through the middle for the Dragons. It's been their Achilles heel this season.
So 2 huge runs from Cook. The first one was off the back of a lightning quick Cam Murray play the ball, and that one off the Jai Arrow offload. And Latrell Mitchell, boy, he could score some tries against the Dragons. That's 9 in the last 6 games. There we go. There's a record. Geez, we keep all the records here at the Fox Sports Lab. 6 games in a row he scored. As I said, 9 in total in that lot.
I wonder how the Dragons are feeling right now, standing on the goal line, waiting for Latrell Mitchell to take this kick. They gave up 36 points in the second half against the Eels. We're only 7 minutes into this game, and they've given up a try already. They have the worst defensive record in the competition through the opening 4 rounds.
So Mitchell, oof.
That's almost a shame.
That almost ended further away than it started. James Hooper.
Latrell Mitchell put the finishing touches on the footwork, and then the blistering acceleration from Damien Cook, Dan. But as Brandy touched on, it's the Dragons' middle third of the field, and the way that Souths were so easily able to penetrate there, that will have alarm bells blaring for coach Anthony Griffin. They've leaked half their tries this year through the middle third. I know Latrell scored in the right corner, but it's their middle defence that is causing major issues.
I don't know if he plays golf, Brandy, but he did what a golfer did. Looked straight down at the divot as if it was the ground's fault.
Yes, not his best, Latrell. He didn't hit them well down in Melbourne. Really, he couldn't get one over, and then he nailed a 48-metre field goal. But had trouble that night as well. The space in the middle there that Damien Cook found was extraordinary, and shouldn't happen like that. Too big a gap between the defenders in and around the middle.
So that rain easing off. Mansour on halfway. Last tackle, Ilias all the time in the world to set himself here. And Mbai, that's a good chase from Cody Walker. So South Sydney in their groove already. Yes, they're 1-3, but it's not as if they were blown out of the water in those last 2 losses. They obviously could have beaten Melbourne. That went to Golden Point. And Penrith only shook them off really in the last 20 minutes or so as Woods. 3 there to stop his progress. Frank Molo.
Well, Frank Molo's got a bit of life in him, but otherwise that was a pretty ordinary set. Needed a good play on 5.
Shallow is Hunt, but gets a good kick away. Certainly deep, and Johnston back to the 10.
Well, they already look tired, the Dragons. Just watching them go back after South Lachlan Elliott put that kick down. It took them 3 tackles to get themselves back on side.
Andrew, lock in. You boys here.
This is Keon Kalamatangi.
Well, look, they're running backwards as South are coming out.
So halfway line, and they're only on tackle 3. Murray the pass. Walker the shovel. Mitchell keeps it going. Milne just fell by Lomax and Bird. Bird with a bit of a limp out of that tackle. Arrow. His offload killed them last time. This time just takes the tackle, but they've gone the length of the field. Last tackle. Murray. Ilias. Walker now. It's Sully bringing down Campbell Graham. That's a good save for the Dragons, but again, the sign's ominous.
Yeah, they aimed up then on that last play, but otherwise it was South Sydney dictating terms with the football. The Dragons, as I said, the previous set they looked tired. It took them 3 tackles to get behind the man returning the ball. They're running one out already. It's a very negative-looking Dragons side at the moment.
They've used half their tackles. It comes out to Sully. He's been impressive for the Dragons this year. And Graham tries to rip it out. He's perplexed, but there were 3 in the tackle there. And again, the Dragons, a very handy penalty.
Well, this will get them out of their own half.
He was held there, Sully, and so Graham thought, hang on, it's 1-on-1. Fortunately for Campbell, the tackle long completed. And the Dragons start a set inside South's territory. Woods chopped down.
That's a great low tackle there from Cameron Murray.
And it comes to DeBellin. Arrow first immediate. McCulloch keeps the attack going to the right. Mbai to the front man, Lomax. Another slow play, the ball. Comes to Hunt. Now to Mbai. Tries to fool the defence, but Graham and Ilias make the tackle. Hunt on the short side. Oh, this is all flat-footed. Bird, nice pickup. Then the offload for Molo, almost to the 10. Bird again. Bird the kick, turning Johnston around. And oh, he's turned Ravalawa around, but Lomax is there. And out of nothing, really, the Dragons have got themselves another set of 6.
It wasn't a great-looking set. Jack Bird just dancing across the field, looking for a little bit of space, whether it was a support player or a run for himself. In the end, he put a clever kick in. Johnson, I thought, had bamboozled Ravalawa, but in the end, too many Dragons there, and they will get another shot at it.
So off we go here. This is effectively the 3rd set in a row after that penalty. Followed up by the kick into the in goal. So Wood starts things off here. It's DeBellin. Dumping it inside for Molo. That's a strong run. 20 metres out on tackle 2. There's Bird catching and passing. Sewer. Mbai does well to hold on to it. Johnston with a ball and all tackle. Molo again, straight into Burgess. Now DeBellin working the left side with Hunt, rolling the kick, trying to turn Mansour around. Oh, Mansour does superbly. So South have got it back here, and he stayed in the field of play as well. So George Illawarra trying to counter that early try from that man Latrell Mitchell.
Who's that?
As the trainer comes out here.
Yeah, please, mate. With the foot. Make the foot on. No. Need a bit of effort from you.
So let's try and ascertain what has happened here to Latrell.
All right, mate. Just hold there, Lachlan.
Sims down
Damien,
low.
tackle 3, mate, when we restart.
Woods up top, but nothing doing really.
Yeah, hard to see exactly what happened there.
Just don't go early here.
So straight off.
I need you back here, Jaden.
That is really concerning. It seemed rather innocuous.
Look,
And
Zach, hey,
out he comes.
Tarek.
So that'll bring Blake Taff into the game for the first time.
Certainly a good time to have Blake Taff on the bench.
I meant to say, Brady, it's the right game because for the first month they've basically played 4 forwards on the bench, but Taff back from an injury in the nick of time. Oh, there's Murray, backslam, Bolo involved. So was DeBella. A little stunted in this set. South is now Ilias has to go for distance. Dragons enjoying a nice period here.
He took the metres on offer there. Moses Mbai made 20. Let's see if a good defensive set has added some spark to their attack.
That's Matt Fionney, followed up by the other winger. Ravalawa, bounding down to the 40. Woods. The ball for Hutt, the dummy, and then on to Mbai. Tries to put Sully through. South resolute. Now, the marker, Mansour, entitled to make that tackle. So, last tackle. Hutt. Aiming at the Johnston side again, and again Lomax gets a hand to it, goes forward. And Taff has to keep it in. Oh, that's miraculous. That is something there. And then Milne keeps it alive.
Well, he was headed across the sideline there, wasn't he, Blake Taff? Thought he had Ravalawa beat down that touchline, but then very quickly stopped and somehow got the ball back on the inside.
Well,
just watch him do it. The replay box will show it. Stops on a dime. He's headed out through the legs.
Excuse you. Even with the Lomax knock on, you could argue advantage had well been played. So he had to get that ball on, and he did it perfectly. So South now, look where they are, midway through the count. Short side, Graham. Hunt. Around the wrist. Back it comes down to Toller inside the 10. Gee, they sit back and wait again. Last tackle. It's be devastating if the Dragons concede here. Back it comes down to Ilias. Not much on that kick. Graham gets there first. It's a perfect kick.
I think he's bothered it.
Ilias is growing by the week, and it's Campbell Graham. Well, it's going up as no try, though.
Chris, coming up 6th tackle. I have no try. Can you confirm that he bobbles that, knocks on, mate? He can go.
Well, he certainly got there first, Brandy.
Yeah, he did, and the ball didn't sit up, which was good for Campbell Graham. The ball stayed low, and he did a great job. Video referee, blank there. Lachlan Ilias gets the ball
South
through the
right,
defenders.
so he chases onside.
He's onside, Campbell Graham.
Well, that's all legal up
Ball's
to that point.
there for him. He's got it. He's lost it.
Well, Ben Cummins has nailed that. He has nailed it.
And the terminology from him was right. It's a bobble. That's all it was. It just moved out of his grip momentarily.
It's a fair contest. The players are shoulder to shoulder. Now just looking at a potential grounding.
And that right hand comes off the ball, and the left didn't look like it was on it until it hit the ground.
Just hold him there.
Well,
Ben,
it's closer than we
Ben.
think, but there's that, what's that term, re-grip?
He's lost the ball.
Campbell Graham knocks the
Why don't we
ball
just
on
say
the
lost
cards
ball?
regardless. We have a decision.
I don't know if the word bobble is in the rule book, but it's never been more appropriate.
Very good description.
Well, that was essential for the Dragons. That would have been a hammer blow to have some great field position and then have South march it up 100 metres and score.
They look like a side. They're playing without any confidence, the Dragons. And as I say, I think the 36 points they had put on them by the Eels last week has played its part. The opening try, which came in the 6th minute, has really set them on their heels.
Well, while the Dragons ruck it out here, James Hooper, can you tell us anything on Latrell Mitchell?
They've just spoken to Mark Ellison, the South Sydney General Manager of Football, on the sideline. Dan, he said it's a hamstring problem as Jaden Searle makes a little bit of a break. Now, Latrell was restricted at training during the week. That's why the Bunnies decided they were happy to have Blake Taff back into the side. But he's gone up the
Here's
tunnel.
Lomax, he's in the clear, there's real trouble. The pass goes down. They've butchered it. And Jack Bird gives Lomax a bake as they run back into their defensive spots. That is a try down the drain.
Look, he did a great job to get himself in the clear there and eventually evaded the cover defence. Tane Milne still trying to grab him. Look, it's a no-look pass. Why do you have to throw a no-look pass in that situation? He had the fullback standing still.
Now, South's returning server, at least trying to down that side. Here's Ilias. On to Murray. Graham might have knocked it on, but that was still a wonderful play from the rookie. And now he's got it and running and providing for Kalamatangi. And that was a high tackle there. No, offside. Either way, penalty to the Rabbitohs.
Got a strip call there, Ben.
Oh, it's a strip. Take your pick.
Just let me know first, Lachlan. Wait there, mate, wait there.
Well, that was an opportunity for the Dragons to get themselves back in the game. Lomax did a great job to beat Tane Milne on the outside at the other end of the field and then butchered the final pass.
Francis down, make the line. Zach.
Try and hit the go button here as Arrow.
Together, Aaron straight.
On tackle number 2. Murray with footwork and an offload. Tom Burgess at close range. DeBellin and Molo, the tackle. Cook, surely not. Still 2 tackles left as Murray jumps into dummy half. Then the ball for Walker. Here's Taff, but plenty of defenders, and Taff swoops anyway. Walker on the last. Fashions the kick. Too big. Too big from Cody. 20-metre tap.
Well, a couple of things go their way, the Dragons, and I think Anthony Griffith would be thanking his lucky stars that they are. A couple of penalties they've earned to get them out of trouble. This one from Cody Walker, just a half a yard too deep. South's chase was there, but Ilias beaten by the ball over the dead ball line.
And now the ball's come out here, but it's all fine. And it's 6 more tackles. So South Sydney there forcing that free. Laurie started the season as the starting prop, back on the bench from today. Now to Bell. Little cumbersome. Hunt away now. Embiid, delightful pass. Fiene gets a little bit of space. Almost up to the 20. So it comes back to the halfback. The Sun keeps it going to Bird. Here's Sewer. The cutout there, straight through the hands of Ravalawa. Well, pressure built, relieved.
Yeah, he can't believe what he's seeing, Anthony Griffin. They go from the left side to the right side, and the pass thrown, no chance for the winger to take that one, Ravalawa. And the little space that they made on the other side of the field was almost by accident. It looked clunky. They got a couple of decisions on who was going to get the ball wrong, but they still made a little bit of space. But it's a Dragons outfit that's playing without confidence.
James Hooper, you've got some big news.
It is big news, Dan. Latrell Mitchell is out for the remainder of the game. The Bunnies are saying that it is his hamstring. Just in the lead up to it, Dan, there was quite a bit of commotion on the sidelines. The physiotherapist, Eddie Farah, seemed quite concerned prior to the tackle. So we don't know exactly when he sustained it, but he's done for the night. Well,
and might be done for a couple of weeks. Usually hamstring, you don't muck around with those. So that's a blow for South. South Sydney, a fresh set here. Just the 1 try so far. As host into the game now, and so is Liam Knight. driving it to the 40. Even with 2 defenders on him the whole way. And it comes out to Ilias. Matangi on the edge. Hard to believe Cody Walker does not have a try assist this year. And now Knight tried to keep it going and the ref said it went forward.
Okay, we go in the middle for a scrum, Rabbitohs.
The positive for the Dragons is it's only 4-0. They haven't had a whole lot of ball at the other end. There's the shot, and it was Jaden Sewer coming out of the line to put a hit there on Liam Knight and dislodge the footy.
So head in and arms bound for us, please, mate.
So South certainly have their chances to be up by more. The missed opportunity for Campbell Graham, and
let's go, get it down. Okay, clock off.
they've had plenty of tackles inside St George Illawarra's 20.
Hold there. No, Andrew. No, mate. I want your head in there. Can you hold it still? Stop holding. That's it. You've got the feet, mate. Okay. Let's go, Andrew. Thanks, mate. Just stay in. Hold
Smile
there.
from Ben Cummins. In a good mood today.
Down we go. Put in, mate. Break!
And get that scrum packed and done.
Alex!
So across the midway point of this first half. Kerr.
Liam off the arm!
Arrow and Knight there. Plenty of grunt in that tackle. Kerr. Where's the brunt of it? Now Tarek Sims, a big week for Tarek. He was at the fights the other night to see his wife. What a fight that was. And Laurie now over halfway. Maybe Tarek's the softy of the family. As it comes now here to Hunt, kicking it into touch. So, I don't know if that was the plan, Brandy, but it's South Sydney ball on their 20.
Yeah, probably not what he was thinking, trying to kick it in behind Alex Johnson, who was up flat, get the ball somewhere near the in-goal area.
Take it back. 15.
Souths now do it comfortably, play the ball back into the middle of the field.
And now it comes here to Graham. Apologies, all apparently there's some technical issues with the mic, Randy, but all fixed. And well, we go. So it's rained so much in Sydney, it's just got in all the wiring. Here's Knight.
I'm on my 3rd mic. Going good.
Well, that starts to become a you problem more than anything. Here's a penalty now for South, and this could be a problem.
Yeah, 15 minutes before half-time, South's first penalty. Haven't had a chance to start a set inside Dragons territory. Oh, they won't either. They won't get that chance.
Sensational. As it comes out now to Fiene. Oh, but they keep it going. Sully knocked back. And finally he goes to ground. What a turn of events. Just had another tackle or two.
Yeah, Fiene on the sideline. Oh, well inside. He really didn't have to leave the field of play. Just caught it, stayed calm, threw it back in, and the Dragons win the footy, and they dodge a set of 6 inside their own territory.
Well, and now, look at them. They've got some energy about them after that. Here's DeBella. On to Hunt. Keeping it going for Bird. Oh, Ravalawa. Just a run over Johnston.
Yeah, not an easy man to get over the sideline, Ravalawa.
So Hunt now linking up with Mbai. Cut out for Sully. Nice footwork inside Mansour. So inside the 20. One tackle left. Hunt on the short side. The cut out Fiene. Not much room to work with, and just a little dribbler for Ilias.
Stand here, hold here, hold!
You don't normally get much from Anthony Griffin, but I reckon we got a little bit there. It's not a look of satisfaction.
Well, Anthony Griffin did say pre-game that the thing that he wanted to improve was the end of sets. Their kicking game really hasn't troubled South Sydney yet. South's plenty of numbers down that short side that they went.
So Liam Knight now just happy to barge it up the middle. Completion rates are very good. both have only failed to complete twice each. So it's not an error-riddled game, but just the one try so far. There's Mbai.
That has been a part of the South Sydney's game that's let them down. They've been into the 60s completion rates for their 3 games, the ones they've lost.
Worst in the NRL, their completion rates before tonight, as DeBellin comes off. And Josh Kerr to halfway.
Yeah, certainly made the job of winning a lot tougher in those 3 matches that they've gone down in. The fact that they made so many errors, that hasn't been the problem tonight.
Solid run from Bird out of dummy half. Now it's Hunt. Deep for Mbai. Graham. Can't quite finish Mbai off. Sully to play it on the last. Another short side play. Mbai. Well, that's just going to be allowed to go out. They're obsessed with something down that side.
Well, there was very little room down that side, and he had to get the kick perfect to get it into the in goal, and he's just pushed it across the sideline. Look, it's not the worst result. Worse things happen on the last play, but if they want to try and build some pressure and get South making more tackles than they have been, well, they've got to get the ball into the in-goal area. And they've been in position to do that, Dan. They just haven't been able to execute.
So Cook, lightning start of the game, but hasn't had the opportunities really since those first few minutes. Walker on the right here. Trying to create for Graham. And then, oh, Walker. Tricky. Almost a little too cute, but Graham to halfway. And he's searching for the ball, Walker. That's a good sign. There's Knight now. Not going too far here. Jackson Ford involved in the tackle. Bit of pressure there on Ilias from Kerr. No problem for Mbai.
There's been a pretty big improvement in the Dragons' defence in the last 15 minutes. They have stopped South Sydney just rolling through the middle. And the fact that they are also getting through their sets with only a couple of errors is what's kept them in the game.
Oh, there's strong contact there, but Lomax gets up pretty quickly. Sewer now. Missed a week for suspension. Back to play his old club as Hunt now to the front man, almost putting Kerr away. Ilias holding on. Arrow there to help as well. Oh, Hunt goes for a knuckleball type kick in the end. Ends up being end over end for Taff. 9th first grade game. Seems like he's been around for a while. Grand final fullback. Just his 9th game tonight.
Had a good final series, didn't he? As a rookie.
Did not look overawed at all. So this is a man who played 51 games for the Dragons, Jacob Host. Good strong run here from Arrow. He's been hard to handle. Now it's Cook to Walker. Bird all over Host. Pretty good meters though once again. Here's Ilias. Walker's pass, line ball, the kick from Johnston. Mbai, good positioning. But has to take the tackle just outside his 10. We've entered an arm wrestle phase of this game. South have only averaged 14.5 points a game this year. Those errors are one of the primary reasons, but they were averaging 31 a game in 2021. Threatened to blow the Dragons away in the first 10 minutes. He's locked. Now Ford. And Knight doing enough in that tackle for the referee to call held.
Okay, last one.
So up it goes. Distance on that kick. And Johnston composed. Laurie there up there leading the chase. Well, half-time coming up with Braith leading the team. Benji's there and Cooper Cronk Corey Parker in the studio as well, so that's all coming up at halftime. I'm starting to look ahead to a good game to finish off. Very good game. Gold Coast and Parramatta rematch of an excellent round one contest as host threatens to go through. Now Cook turns Sewer inside out, almost turns Ford inside out. Brad wants 6 more tackles, not coming. But they're closing in. Oh, Walker's kick again, leaving plenty to be desired. And now the quick hands, Fianay over the top of Mansour, gets rid of Graham. Now Walker across, Fianay gets rid of him. Oh, this is some run, up to halfway.
That's a great counter-attack from Matt Fianay. The Dragons just shuffling the ball out to that left side. He beat 3 South Sydney defenders to make 50 metres. And again, didn't the Dragons need it?
And they get an extra tackle or 2 here with that 6 again. That 6 again call from Cummins. Laurie happy to take the tackle. And yet another set restart. South's trying to slow the Dragons down here. Ford finally allowed to play it. Bird back in field. Sewer with footwork. And the quick play the ball. Trouble. McCulloch. They got him. Plenty of tackles left though. Here's Hunt. On to Mbai. The floater. Fianay. Mansour was caught out. But Graham did enough and Mansour came back along with Cody Walker. But the Dragons testing them. Here's Kerr off a line ball pass, and then one pass too many. South survive.
Well, Josh Kerr saw Moses Mbai pushing up on the inside there, but there was plenty of South Sydney players in between Mbai and the pass. Didn't find its mark, and the Dragons don't get to their kick on the last play.
And now a penalty here for South.
Right there.
Little leg pull there, and
Josh.
you can bet Ilias will make sure this one goes into touch. Not biting off more than he can chew there.
Right here. Right. Ben Spice, righty, Josh.
Laurie could be an expensive penalty. So South have given away 3 set restarts. Dragons won. That's Davey Moali already. The crowd loves him as Cook getting it on the night. That's what they did in the first few minutes. Down the middle, troubling the Dragons. Ilias, they back. He's inside the 20. Almost up to the 10. Looks for the quick play the ball. Mbai gets off late. Kalamatangi. He got over. Kalamatangi is over the line. And it's a try. Keelan Kalamatangi off the back of an Ilias run. And South, they finally get their second try.
Well, you said would they pay a price for the penalty at the other end of the field, and they certainly have. Again, had them going backwards, and it was a Damien Cook run. Again, bringing Liam Knight onto the ball. Off the back of that, Lachlan Ilias jumps out and takes on the Dragons' defence. And it was 3 or 4 quick play the balls in a row that just had the Dragons, well, there they are, they're standing on their try line. And Kalamatangi, despite 3 Dragons being around him, has been able to get the ball down. There it is.
So Keelan Kalamatangi gets his 5th first-grade try, 2nd this year.
He had a night against the Roosters here at Accor Stadium. Crossed the line a couple of times, had one disallowed, dropped the ball over the line, did score another, and now scores one just short of the half-time break after the Dragons looked like they might be able to take South Sydney to the break at only 4-0 down, which would have been a pretty good result for them. Cam Murray getting his rest with Tom Burgess.
Burgess has destroyed the Dragons in recent meetings. Today pretty well contained, 41 metres, but he has another stint to come. Cam Murray in the middle of everything, it seems. Blake Taff Probably a better kicker than what those stats suggest, but he is only 50%, and this is not easy. 10 in from touch. And unconvincing, but good enough. South Sydney 10, St George Illawarra 0. James Hooper.
Outstanding show of strength from Keon Koloamatangi, Dan, and it came off the back of a run from the young gun front rower, Davey Moali. You are right, he is an absolute red and green fan favourite. He's a local junior from the Coogee Randwick Wombats. So's Keon Koloamatangi. There's half a dozen in this side, Dan. They're loving life at the moment.
Yeah, they've got big raps, South Sydney, on the kid Moali.
And he's only a boy.
That's right.
Only 19. Koloamatangi then went into the try line backwards, so he did a remarkable job to control the ball and get it down. It was pretty clever of him. It looked like he could have been held up quite easily there with 3 Dragons around him.
So Knight to bring it back here. Don't forget, half-time, not far away. Braith, Benji, Cooper, Corey Parker. They'll talk about this game. Start to preview Gold Coast Parramatta and look back at that first game. What an interesting decision. Penalty goal at the end. That was important to many, as now Jacob Host. Not so much for the result, but a lot of tears shed with that decision. Now, here's Jai Arrows having a terrific first half. Knight to the line. Ilias keeps it going. Koloamatangi with Hunt. Strong enough. Ilias. Oh, that's going to be a tester. It's a wobbler. Mbai. Yeah, let it go. Ravalawa, though, the backstop. So that's the most troubling kick of the night from South Sydney as Lomax one out.
Well, Damien Cook off the back of any sort of momentum has been extremely dangerous tonight. First 10 minutes, and then the final 5 as Jaden Sewer tries to get up and run again. Any sort of roll on, and Cook's been able to tear them apart.
And it comes out here to Mbai, but well contained by the trio of South Sydney players. Now Hunt, the torpedo. Over the head of Blake Taff, and a nice bounce too. He has to bring it back. Well, that's a sharp run. Then we have Sewer and Walker got entangled, the former teammates.
Well, they did in the Charity Shield too. Jaden Sewer and Cody Walker.
Seemed like there was a bit of feeling there, didn't there, that night? So the Bunnies here just getting through this set without fuss. 17 from 19, a far cry their completion rate to the opening month. And inside here, it's Taff. Can't squeeze through that little gap. And the kick from Ilias. Well, let's see what sort of adventure the Dragons have. That's off the feet. Inside the last minute of this first half. Ravalawa was happy to bump it up the middle.
Yeah, we just saw it was pushed backwards by Moses Mbai. The crowd didn't like it. And I was wondering whether it was a knock-on or knock-back, but the replay showed that it was a knock-back. Referee got it right.
So comes now from McCulloch. Out to Lomax. Oh, what a don't argue that is on Walker. Just ran over him, the bulldozer. And then the ball's come out. Well, Lomax should be quite relieved, you would think, once the half-time whistle blows. A couple of moments he'd love over. 10 seconds left here. They had Latrell, they'd think about a 2-point field goal, perhaps. Time running out, and that'll do it. That'll do it for the first half. South Sydney keep a clean sheet as they enjoy a lead. They've only led in one game this year before tonight. That was against the Roosters, of course, the game they won. that they have a 10-0 lead thanks to tries to Latrell Mitchell and Keon Kalamatangi.
Very good. Any opportunity he's had with the Dragons backpedaling, he's taken the ball to the line strongly.
Now, I think we might have some more news on Latrell Mitchell. James Hooper.
A little bit of an issue coming out of the Bunny Sheds at half-time, Dan, is the state of this surface here at Accor Stadium. So they had a concert out here last week, and they've actually relayed, as you can see from that vision on your screen there, they've actually relayed essentially a quarter of the ground in terms of the turf. But Latrell reportedly not happy, and that has somehow added to his hamstring issue.
Ongoing problem, that sort of thing over the years, isn't it? Thank you, James. It does, yeah. It doesn't look great, that part of the ground where...
It's been a tough week for them, mate. Like for the groundskeepers. If you've got a concert and you've got continual rain.
We've had a tough 3 months in Sydney.
So, yeah, difficult to get the surface exactly right. And Latrell did have a problem coming into the game, obviously. That's why Taff was sitting on the bench, on the interchange bench tonight.
Yeah, James Hooper brought that to us. That's why Taff was in the 17, just in case. So South, this is a terrific opening set as Kalamatangi up to the 40. And now Jai Arrow. Good contact there from Laurie and McCulloch as Ilias end over end. He drops that 1 metre out. Again, Mbai. Only one kicker's trouble in. That was a knuckleball type kick. The end over end ones he's very comfortable with.
It's a good start from South Sydney, though. Ilias landing that one, and as you said, Mbai catching it only a metre out from the try line. They did this a lot early in the first half. The battle for their metres and often kicking from inside their 40.
So now Sewer, the one who seems to be troubling them the most among the Dragons forwards. Kerr. 4th year of first grade for Josh Kerr. Not as many metres for the Dragons. Hunt, interesting. Kerr, dangerous. Sully, flick pass. Sims gets it on. Well, out of nothing, Fine now. Oh, around the corner. Now Bird. Well, it's an easy one for Johnston, but look where he is. Matt Fine, boy, goodness, he's got some skills.
Well, he has. He's shown us a couple of times in the first half just how talented he is, Matt Fionney, and that was a miracle pass that he got away then to Jack Bird. The play should have died with him. They were telling him to kick it. He didn't want to kick it. He takes them on. Just watch this pass. Flicks it around the corner, and gee, that saved some embarrassment. That would have been a terrible start if they got caught around halfway on the last play.
Ooh, plenty of treatment there for the former Dragon host. Comes in from Arrow. Taff to the line. Walker on for Graham. Bird defending wide there. Ilias again on the last, under a little bit of pressure from Jack Bird. Zembai just hands it off to Ravalawa. Then not the cleanest pass, but Lomax crabbing and making it to the 20. Boy, if they can just get that first try, the Dragons, it really is a serious contest. Remarkable, the head-to-head record. 15-3 in the last 18 contests. 7 in a row, 6 in a row here. As it comes out to Tarek Sims, running a hard line. Oh, Graham flung him around like the Gravitron and it came out. That's a wonderful tackle, Campbell Graham. Now Mansour helps himself to a good 10+ metres, but now he's taken over the sideline. What a let-off. And what relief for Tarek Sims involved in that tackle after just losing it a moment ago.
Jason Demetrio not happy there. And Campbell Graham, as you said, he good tackle after he got through the one from Lachlan Elias. Tarek Sims, it was a good run, but then he was finished off by Campbell Graham. Mansell just couldn't get the ground quick enough. You think you're pretty safe, 7 or 8 metres infield, but not these days. If you're held up, you're in trouble. Zuli with a good run for the Dragons.
Still down by Cook. So Laurie now. Inside South territory. You've hunted for Bird. Bird for Sewer. Sewer really lining up Walker. Walker strong there. Jackson forward, keeping it alive. McCulloch to the other veteran Hunt. There's a kick that makes Taff sprint. Now trouble for Taff. God, Blake Taff. That's one of the best moments of the game for St George Illawarra.
Well, that was a good set, and even though it was a third tackle kick, the first 2 play the balls were quick and they were going at the South Sydney defence. Ben Hunt looking, kick was the best option. He got it right, it was an awkward bounce for Blake Taff, and then he makes the tackle. That's inspiring stuff there from Ben Hunt. Can they capitalise on it, the Dragons?
So this will be the second dropout they've received. Nothing theatrical about that. They have gone the short kickoff in recent weeks, South, and that's a strong start for the Dragons. And then the penalty. Not a penalty of great expense for South here, as Dragons basically buys them an extra tackle.
What did happen to the quick tap? You just get pulled back these days. You're not allowed to do it anymore.
Laurie plays it forward. Oh, Hunt to nobody. My goodness. Forward to the 20. He's made it to the 10 out of that horrific play. They've made metres. Oh, and then it's almost taken Kerr in the head. Hunt almost there. Mbai. That is the craziest passage that has led to a try all season. And the Dragons are back in business as Moses Mbai gets the Dragons first.
Well, they have capitalised on the good work from Ben Hunt. It was the kick chase, the tackle in goal that gave them another set. Confusion down the right-hand side. Here it is here. Ben Hunt thought someone was coming back on the inside. It was Jack Bird and Jaden Sewer who collided. Neither got their run right, but then Jackson Ford, well, he carries a couple of South Sydney defenders another 10 metres, gets them back to short, and then out after Hunt's run. Moses Mbai throws the dummy, bounces off Kalawa-Matangi. He'll be disappointed with that. The Bunnies' second rower had a good shot at Mbai, who was strong enough to get away from Kalawa-Matangi and dive in between Jai Arrow and Blake Taff. And they have taken advantage of the good work from Ben Hunt.
Well, Mbai got back to fullback last week and certainly raised some eyebrows, but a very good moment for him there. As Lomax about 13-14 in from touch. Excellent strike rate this year.
Yeah, difficult decision for Anthony Griffin to make on the fullback. The week before against the Sharks, Tyrell Sloan didn't handle the wet conditions. He's only a lightweight fullback. He made very few metres on his kick returns. I guess I was for a change, but after watching the Dragons over the last 2 weeks, I think I would have left Tyrell Sloan there and just kept him developing as a fullback.
So Lomax straight down the middle. 4-point contest, James Hooper.
As Brandy just touched on Moses Mbai, he's one of the key position changes that coach Anthony Griffin has made, looking to spark this Dragons attack. Thankfully, they've finally got their first try just there. And Cameron Murray is about to go back onto the field, so South's coach Jason Demetrio immediately reacting to those points being scored. Cameron Murray back on.
Thank you, Jimmy. It was interesting to hear Anthony Griffin talk before the game. Mbai is basically fullback for his defence and his organisation more than his attack, but gets on the board with a try.
Well, it was pretty obvious there. He's comfortable getting the ball at first receiver, which is a positive.
It just livens this game up. It's not as if South are in blistering form either. Only one win as well. Sims hard to put away. Now Kerr following up. South have muscled up in defence here. So McCullough kicking before the last. And he does want to find a bit of open padding. Taff though, a live wire. Great chase, Jackson 4. Well, that has really re-energised them, that try, the Dragons.
Yeah, that was a good play from McCullough too. Found some space. That allowed the chase to get up there, and Taff only carrying the ball 6 or 7 metres back before he was put down.
Clever run from Johnston. Walker jumping into dummy half. Still had to have a run tonight, Cody Walker. Milne's run followed up by Kalamatangi. So, conservative set. Ilias. The pin Mbai, which he's done pretty successfully tonight. Oh, Mbai, that's hard in mouth stuff. Oh, Lomax to Ravalawa.
South's chase was pretty, was up to the task, wasn't it?
Oh, Lomax puts it down. Big moment.
And just after you score your first try of the game and get yourself back into the game, Lomax makes the error coming out of their own end. Cameron Murray just back onto the field. Brought to us by James Hooper, and Cam Murray, as he does, the shot, the shoulder right on the ball there, getting the error.
By the way, reminder, the Ampol State of Origin series on sale now. Be there to witness Australia's greatest sporting rivalry. Sydney game 1, Perth on a Sunday game 2, Brisbane the potential decider. NRL.com/tickets to secure your seat today. South. Chance to return serve. Walker. Milne. Look at the space for Tane. It's inside the 10.
Stay now! Get to your feet!
So slow play the ball. Wild pass. Moali. Short burst in the first half. Fourth game, a complete oddity. 3 of those games against the Dragons. Now Murray. Ilias, beautiful pass. Kalamatangi gets it on. That is class. Taff onto Graham to finish it off. That's South Sydney 2021 stuff. The chain of passing was just a delight. And that cancels out the Dragons try.
A beautifully worked right side play there from South Sydney. Just watch them, bodies in motion. The flat ball to Kalamatangi, very clever pass from him. Had to push it out. Couldn't throw the regular pass. Just somehow got it to the support player, Taff, quickly onto Campbell Graham. And it is champagne footy, watching that sort of stuff. Kalamatangi beats 2 defenders as he's going down from the tackle of Sully. Throws a terrific ball out there to Blake Taff. And after the points, the try, the Dragons were able to grab. They give it up very quickly, almost immediately.
There's another South Sydney player with a great record against the Dragons, Brandy. 5 tries past 5, made his debut against the Dragons in 2017 at the SCG.
That was only the Dragons' second set after they scored the try, and Zach Lomax coughed it up very early in the tackle count, and that was bringing it out of their own end. So that provided the field position that South were looking for, and they were good enough to grab a try in that right corner.
So Taff hurt himself just before round 1, ankle injury, and that's why he's been missing. Interesting that it seems to be the fact that Mitchell was a bit dodgy is the reason he's in this side tonight. And boy, he's making a case that when the team is back to its best, that 14 could be permanently attached to Blake Taff. Not the easiest kick, but that's a lovely strike. Back out to a 10-point lead. James Hooper.
Bunny skipper Cameron Murray underlining why he is one of the premier locks in this competition. Dan, it was that shot on Zach Lomax, beautiful copybook tackle to knock the ball loose, and then it paves the way for the Bunnies to go on the attack. Brilliant sleight of hand from Blake Taff. Campbell Graham crashes over.
We highlighted Kaloa Matangi. He scored a try in the first half as they ran back on the field. That was crucial, his role in that try. He was the one that got himself through the Dragons' defensive line.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a juggle there from Jai Arrow. That could have been a disaster.
I wonder if he stumbled on that dodgy surface. That's the end. That's the end where it really is loose. Maybe just lost concentration. Murray, and the flick past to boot. Sims important. Cook was threatening. Just the 4 set restarts, and it feels like most of those came early. That's 4 set restarts among both teams. Walker getting it on. Milne now to Johnston. Spinning away from Ravalawa. Don Lomax. Ilias. And the rebound friendly for Hunt. That's better field position for the Dragons.
Well, that was good pressure on Lachlan Ilias, who has been under pressure a number of times when he's been asked to put a kick in, and that one, Dragons' defence just a little too close. Someone made contact with the ball and gives the Dragons... I was just about to say gives the Dragons good field position.
Arrow with the tackle this time. You'd swear it was Murray, but it's Arrow. Jolting that free. Host. Well, you could hear the sound effects. It was a heavy hit. Moali now closing in on the 20. He gets a huge cheer every time he touches it. Now Murray. Oh, that's a poor moment for Cam. And the pressure relieved.
Going to the 20 for a scrum.
Well, both sides coming up with errors. It's Jackson Ford and Jai Arrow doing the same thing as Cameron Murray did, shoulder into the ball. Ball's still a little greasy from the rain we had in the opening 15-20 minutes. And the pass just out in front, too far out in front, really, of Lachlan Ilias.
That's interesting. Not necessarily Jack DeBellin. He's due to come back, but Talatau Amon looked like he was ready to come into the game. So that's going to cause a reshuffle. Bulls started the season as 5'8", and here he comes now, Junior Amon. So we'll see how it now shapes out for the Dragons.
Well, he's going to go to dummy half. Andrew McCulloch's come from the field, so Amon will go into dummy half. And the speed of Amon might be just what is required for the Dragons. They need some.
Only 14 minutes last week. By the time he came on, that game was shot to bits at Parramatta. He's got a chance here to have an influence. 10-0 at the break, 16-6 now to South. Molo. And for Hunt, no pressure on him with this kick. Plenty hiding at this. Oh, there's a sight. Moses Sully bearing down on him. And as evasive as Mansour was, still just outside the 10.
Well, he did well, Mansour, and I said earlier, if an Anthony Griffin coached Josh Mansour at Penrith, he would know that at times he can be a bit vulnerable under the high ball. That's the first one that they've asked him to take, so, and did well.
Seems like Dragons are trying to load up here, although it's a handy little run from Host. 20 short of halfway to Tola, not going too far.
Yeah, back out a 10-point lead for South. The Dragons realise that they need to do something pretty quickly here.
There's Arrow down the middle.
A good inside ball there from Lachlan Ilias. He is developing into a very good ball player.
And now the chase is coming through here, but no problem for Mbai. Oh, that didn't look like he had the greatest stranglehold on that ball, but he plays it now. So many times the Dragons have started sets here, about 10 from their own line. It's been a much more disciplined performance from South in terms of ball control. 24 from 28 completions. That's light years ahead of what they've done to this point. So now Hunt. In by on Sims, imposing but closed down quickly. Ilias and Graham, tidy work. Now, a little wobble on this one, not the traditional end-over-ender. And positioning himself is Bird. Gets it back for Armone, still the last. Laurie, not the man you want to have it. As now he gets it on. Bird rolls it on to Sully. The grubber, the rebound. Oh, it falls into the lap of Ilias.
It's unfortunate, but he's offside.
There's empathy from Ben Cummins, but no choice but to blow the penalty.
Well, it is unfortunate. Lachlan Ilias laying on the ground there. Jack Bird did a great job to keep the ball going. It looked like, again, that the play was going to die before they got a kick away. Sully gets the kick away, and the Dragons get a stroke of luck.
So Molo starting a new set. Here's Armone. As Hunt goes to Mbai, the cut out for Lomax. Plenty of defence there. Slowly it comes out to Armone. As Mbai keeps it going. Hunt, the dummy inside. Oh, the pass outside, and Sims loses it. Campbell Graham involved in another strong tackle.
Yeah, that's a couple of times now. Tariq Sims, I would say twice now in the last 4 or 5 times he's touched the ball. He's come up and spilt it. Ilias and Campbell Graham there to make the stop. And not that they've made many errors, the Dragons. It hasn't been a game where it has been riddled with drop ball and mistakes. But whenever the mistake has been made, it's been costly. Dragons have done it a couple of times now when they've had field position and a chance to put pressure on South. And just releases it automatically.
Hold, break.
And that scrum pushed back, and Cook composed himself. Mansour on tackle 1. It's about to cross the 60-minute mark of this game. Just the 4 tries scored, Tom Burgess. It's a pretty good start to his second stint. No Latrell Mitchell, if you're late starting this game, a hamstring injury early, so Taff, the fullback. Now short side play here is Cook. Walker, here's Taff on the run. Now he's got work to do to stay in the field of play. That's tremendous stuff from the Dragons. As soon as Taff had that ball, they eyed him, and they only had one plan, and that was to get him over the sideline.
And you know it's happening. There's not much you can do about it. Blake Taff realised what was happening. He couldn't get on the outside of Ravalawa and knew he was in trouble. Certainly what the Dragons needed. Not a terrible place to start their set.
Again, they're not that far away from the Rabbitohs. Influential. He's a star on the bench for South in the finals, now back in the starting side. Primarily because Jaden Sewer is playing for the Red V these days. Comes down from Hunt. Laurie, quick hands. Bird back in for Sims. And keeping it alive. Hunt, no, couldn't haul that in.
Okay, watch him.
Just couldn't pick it up cleanly, Ben Hunt. It did come to his feet. It's a tough one, and very disappointed that they've turned the ball over again. Just couldn't get a hand to it. Tariq Sims pushed it out with his forearm, which meant the ball just dribbled out of his grasp, and just couldn't be picked up cleanly by Ben Hunt. So I just said that the game hasn't been riddled with errors. Both sides making a couple.
Yeah, you can see their second half just starting to get away from the Dragons. 7:30, so within the hour. That's 35 minutes away. Gold Coast at home to Parramatta. You've got a Gold Coast side that really tested the Eels in round 1 at Combank. Mitch Moses and Dylan Brown's in great form and looked in a pretty good mood earlier. We spoke to Fox League.
Oh, they were incredible last week. The Eels against the Dragons. There's 36 points in the second half.
So that game coming up next here on Fox League. Here's Cook. Here's Taff. It's the 11th time he's gone to ground. Never afraid to put his hands on it. Cook down the middle. Trouble. On it goes to Totola. Picked off. Sims with a big tackle. Last here for South. Cook back to the left. As set restart. That's why Burgess goes to ground. Geez, they'll do well to hang on here. Cam Murray, they couldn't hang on 2 tackles. Murray gets over. In the end, it was oh so simple. But hang on, the ref's not going to send this up as a try. He's going to say no try.
I have no try. Can you confirm obstruction there, please?
Well, let's just see if there was any obstruction.
Well, it did look easy, Greg.
Totola gets through the line. Amone's
just
made
looking
a
at the involvement of
decision.
Totola.
Amone makes a defensive decision to come in. He slips by.
No impact on Sims.
No impact.
Well, this has to be a try.
I think it does.
So in the end, oh so simple. But
Tavita Totola denies Junior Amone a clean shot at Cameron Murray. And Cameron Murray takes advantage. We have a decision.
How was Amone going to make a tackle on Cameron Murray when he wasn't even looking at him? He came in to make a stop on Totola. By the time Cameron Murray had the ball, Amone couldn't even see Cameron Murray. How's he going to stop him? How was he denied a chance? You know what denied him a chance? The fact that he came in, made a decision to go in on Totola.
Stop pointing at me.
Well,
I didn't make the decision.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take it out on you, dear. I just wanted you to answer the question.
I can't answer the question. Oh, here's Hunt. So a reprieve for the Dragons. Keeps them in this. It comes out now. Fiona. There'll be no skills on show here. Flag stays down.
Oh, he stayed in.
This crowd's going to go berserk. Now Jack DeBellin. Here's Hunt. Sliding across field. So that's Fiona Hurd in that tackle. He stayed in, but may have paid a price. Oh, jeez. Many defenders out there.
Last one. Hold here. Go.
Hunt. Oh, he put it down. He was kicking it before he caught it.
That's all right, Junior. Play the ball there, mate.
Murray was all over him then, and I don't know whether he was trying to step back inside here. Matt Fiona has provided a couple of miracles for the Dragons. If he stayed in here, that's another one. Well, that's how close he was. And then Ben Hunt, well, just drops the ball. But Murray was at him and in his face. That certainly played a part, the pressure from Murray.
Dude, the atmosphere's bubbling all of a sudden here at Accor Stadium. Couple of decisions going against the home side. So Totola on tackle number 2. Now Murray, early ball, Walker, dummies. Oh, now he puts it down. Well, that would have been the first time he was tackled in this game. In the end, it counts as a knock-on.
Through the dummy, looked like he was through. Jaden Stewart, it's been a good contest between those two. Back up against his old team, Jaden Stewart, and Walker just spilling the ball. He has made a slow start to the season. It's been
Any time, Blake.
unlike the Cody Walker that we've seen for the last 4 years. Watching him against Melbourne in the opening 60 minutes where they really struggled. I'd never seen Cody second guess himself about who to give the ball to. He normally just picks the right man, gives it to the man in space. I guess that's what happens when you've got a new player inside, a couple of new players on the outside of you. Combinations are important. Surely gets to play the ball well.
Well, they're just inviting South to put this game away.
He's saying a South Sydney foot made contact with the ball.
Well, no challenges have been used so far tonight.
Tackle one. Dragons are challenging the lost ball.
Yeah, handy one to win. They'd keep the ball and get the penalty.
We'll soon find out.
Yes, it looked like it now. It looked like it's touched the left foot of Campbell Graham. Are they going to say that
At
he's
this
put
point,
the ball
Moses
past the
Sully
mark?
steps off the mark and puts the ball to the side of the ruck.
They don't
Campbell
like that.
Graham is attempting to clear the ruck, which he's allowed to do.
He went
challenge
past
is
the mark,
unsuccessful.
past the play the ball mark.
And when the player puts the ball on the ground before the referee thinks he's entitled, they lose that right that they may have. So challenge gone, South 30 out.
Yeah, he went past and to the side of the foot of Campbell Graham. And what they're saying is brought Campbell foot's
Back into the left.
back into play himself.
All right, so still 13 and a half to go, but the Dragons have really lost their way in the last 15, 20 minutes. Ever so briefly, this game was poised at 10-6. South have enjoyed a buffer most of this game. Here's Walker on the run. Oh, geez, a wild one, but that's okay. Johnston. So now comes to Cody. Just happy to shovel it onto Burgess. And he puts it down. What's going on? So Sewer bringing it back here. And somehow they're still in this, the Dragons.
Well, they are. Somehow they need to find something to get through this South Sydney defensive line.
Oh, Sully. Has looked dangerous once or twice tonight.
Well, he's a powerhouse, Moses Sully.
Gave him a little bit of room there. Armone now. Molo. Almost slid by Burgess. With the clean-up work from host. It's a good set developing here. Molo to DeBellin. Now it gets a bit flat-footed, so Sims just straightens them. Still 2 tackles to work with. There's DeBellin on to Huck. Oh, hard line, Zach Lomax. Walker did well, particularly Milne as well. Last, Armone across the face of goal. Up goes Fionney. And it is going to be a knock-on to the Dragons. So South Sydney ball. A little bit anticlimactic that, but South starting on their 10.
Well, he got up in the air. He got above Campbell Graham. There's no doubt that Matt Fionney made contact with the footy.
There's Kevin Proctor and Mitch Moses. Dylan Brown.
He's had his best 2 games in a Parramatta jump in the last 2 rounds against the Storm and the Dragons.
He's had more try assists this year than all of last year. He's on fire. That's coming up next here on Super Saturday. Murray at the line, Walker. That's lovely. Away now to Milne. Milne over halfway. Ravalawa and Lomax want to get him over the sideline.
That was
Milne
a Cody.
too strong.
Yeah, that was a Cody Walker past that. Under pressure, but they've coughed it up. Tane Milne's made the error. Trying to get up and play the ball.
So, completed sets, few and far between at the moment.
No, the second half, particularly the final, the last 15 minutes, hasn't been pretty from either side. They're both offering chances.
Okay, you've got 10
In
seconds.
terms of possession.
Camera, stay in.
Neither
Okay,
side
Junior,
can hang
better
on to it.
presentation.
Now,
Knock off, Junior,
there you go, the
unfair.
last 10 minutes. So what's that? 3 out of the last 11, if you add those up, have been completed. 10 1 down, 10.5 to play. Woods, footwork away there from Burgess, in fact, Host. Armone, now Bird, Sewer. He's dropped it. They're all having a turn.
Well, they haven't really moved past the 30-metre lines either side for the last 10 minutes. We just saw the completion rates. They aren't getting through 3 or 4 tackles through the set. The game is being played in a little 40-metre square around halfway.
As Latrell, that's a bummer. He's in the polo now. That leg, that hamstring, looks like it's going to keep him out for a little while. So, nice round of applause from the fans here, but looks like he'll be spending some time on the sidelines. Perhaps unfortunate with that no try call that was quite contentious, South, but they haven't been good enough to put this away. And Burgess now with Murray straightening and adding energy. Ilias jumped out to the left. Here's the kick. Taff coming through. Oh, the stumble, Rabbitohs. It's anyone's ball. Now offside perhaps for Bird.
I think so.
And that's the call. Well, here's a decision to be made, Brandy. Do you go for 2 and at least make it 2 converted tries? Or just try and finish it off right here?
No, I'd go for the 2. Yeah, I'd go for the 2. Make it 2 converted tries.
Good sign there, the 2 youngsters, Ilias and Taff, combining really with that play. And
Moses and Mbai out of position. He was up in the front line. Rabbitohs just started. I think Rabbitohs realised Ilias with the kick. Rabbitohs slipped, which made it dangerous. Taff was almost there. Ben Hunt was coming across. And the contact from the Dragons, and then Bird picks it up in an offside position.
So he's already got one from a similar sort of spot, 13 in from touch play, Taff. And importantly too, it just winds the clock down a little. So tomorrow, Sharks and Wests Tigers at 4, and then Sunday night, Canterbury, Penrith. But don't forget the NRLW Grand Final is on tomorrow as well. So a big day here on Fox League. And Dragons taking on the Roosters in the women's decider. And quickly, we're already 5 rounds into the NRL competition. And some big weeks to come. We've got Easter next week, Anzac Day coming the week after that. Magic Round's not all that far off. Good stuff to look forward to. Taff. Oh, he's kissed the post and it's gone through. 18 points to 6. Biggest lead of the night for South Sydney with only the 7 minutes to play.
Well, that makes it a little tougher now for the Dragons. With 7 minutes to go. Just angling that in off the right upright, Blake Taff.
Now South, so they're going to position themselves here to protect the short kickoff. Hunt, got to get the 10 metres first, needs the bounce, doesn't get the bounce. And Blake Taff just told in no uncertain terms, get the heck away from it. Well, now we might be into field goal territory here.
Disappointing there, the Dragons not getting the kick right. I think the short kick-off, short drop kick, it will become a more used tool as we head on. The short drop kick, I think, is a big play. You need someone in the team that can produce them consistently.
Well, wasn't it the South Melbourne game, Latrell? Extraordinary, the height and dependable distance. It's a weapon if it can be done right. South now up to the 20. Comes out to Ilias. Tries to put Murray through. Almost does. So George on the ropes. The Dragons here need something pretty special from here. It's Cook on tackle. Number 4, make it 5. Ilias's kick. Oh, it's kick clear. So perhaps we're going to see the short one again.
Yeah, you'd think that they'd try it, the Dragons, but after kicking the goal, they now force the Dragons to try another short drop out.
Better.
Good.
And Sims comes up with it.
Outstanding kick from Ben.
So it's not over. But their challenge, as it's been for most of the night, to bring it from 90 metres out. DeBella there with the jugglers now. Plenty of defenders on that side waiting for Lomax.
Yeah, plenty of passing there, but really the outside men were numbered up. Dazed.
Gee, looks in a bit of trouble there, doesn't he? Zach Lomax.
Big right foot step. Oh, just catches his chin with the power that he comes off that right foot.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, no wonder he had that look on his face, Dan.
That is probably going to be the end of his night. Only 4.5 to go, so he comes off for a HIA, and that'll be all for Zach. So Anthony Griffin now staring at a 4th straight defeat, with Andrew McCulloch ready to come back into the game. Dragons have Newcastle next week, Sunday afternoon at Wynn Stadium, and then Anzac Day at the cricket ground. So that's what they have the next couple of weeks. We've touched on before, South have the Bulldogs, but there's the Dragons next 5, in fact. Mix of the top teams, and
yeah, one from 5. 1 from 5 going into next week against Newcastle. It almost makes it a must-win if they think they're going to play finals footy.
Is the spread now is in by. And it's Sully who puts it down this time.
Well, the pass just went behind him. That's pretty hard to take when you're running near full speed. Moan's pass just goes over his shoulder.
First half, Dragons 19 from 23 completions, 83%. Second half, 8 from 16.
8 from 16. The Bunnies aren't much better. They're 9 from 16.
No, in fact, correction. Now it ticks over 8 from 17. So South Sydney's 9 from 16 is better. At 56%. The sort of game, though, that winning is the only thing that matters. Both on 1 win out of 4 games. Here's Moali. Going to finish with a bit of flair here, the Bunnies. Murray. Now Ilias. Here's Walker. Did well to haul that in and barreled by Bird.
Yeah, good defence there, Jack Bird. Terrific tackle. Read the pass.
That's a strong run from Burgess. He's gone 15 metres. Oh, he almost gets there. And 6 more tackles. Surely the knockout blow is coming. Cook. Moali! Oh, that would have set the fans nuts. Ilias. Kalamatangi already has one. This is fine as well, just running down the clock at the right end here for South. They're looking for their 4th try. As it comes to Ilias. There's now Mill, keeps it going. Host. Ilias on the short side. Oh, that's a superb, that's a sublime pass to Tane Milne. It hasn't been pretty, but that's a bit of icing on the South Sydney cake. They are going to get their second win for the season. And it's the young man Lachlan Ilias putting it on a platter for Tane Milne.
Yeah, I think it'll look good head on this play from Lachlan Ilias. They kept going down the right, then late in the count they come back to the left. The short side play, Lachlan Ilias just enough to drag in that inside defender and throws the ball to a man that runs hard, Tane Milne. He's a powerful runner of the footy, big body, slides in between Talatau, Amon, Jack Bird's come up past the ball, and that'll be enough to finish off the Dragons if they already weren't dead and buried.
Yeah. Took a while for South to shake them off once and for all, but in the end it's a comfortable win. Tane Milne spent some time at the Dragons and really has made a home here at South. It's been a little while to get his career up and running, but he's been excellent for South since midway through last year.
Yeah, well, the Dragons trailed 10-0 at half-time. Now, you know, they got back to 10-6, a try through Moses Mbai after a nice piece of work from Ben Hunt. Kick into the in goal, he makes the tackle, they capitalise on that. They only were within 4 points for 5 minutes. They gave up a try really quickly off the back of a Zach Lomax error, bringing the ball out of their own end. And that was really it. The Dragons haven't looked like winning this game.
And Taft's kick. That one straight through. No need to bounce off the inside of the upright. 24-6. Plenty still to come. Titans, Parramatta. Looks like a nice crowd building there at Seabus Stadium. There's Toby Sexton, the halfback of the Gold Coast. The big fella, Tino. And Mitch Moses. 32-28 in round one, so maybe we're going to see plenty of points in that contest coming up in a few moments' time. Then we've got the big post-game show with the team back at the Clive Churchill studio. Braith, Benji, Cooper, Corey Parker. Oh my God! Well, that was like volleyball or something. Illegal, but it was different.
I think Cameron Murray thought he had to catch the ball and keep it in the in-goal area for some reason. It was sailing dead comfortably.
Well, at least nice to see a smile on Cody Walker's face. Well, this is important to some. Here's Kerr. And 6 more. Inconsequential. We might see a sin bin here because South are just happy to lay all over these players. And not this time. Kerr. Oh, Woods. Almost in the right place at the right time. He did well. McCulloch. Away to Amon. Then he gets it on, and that man deserves a try. Jaden Sewer. It's not a night of joy, but he can hold his head high.
He certainly can. Hit the ball hard after Amon, just held up the inside defenders and created a little space for him. But as we've said, Dan, right through the match, really, and just watch this kickoff. It's going dead. Cameron Murray realises he's caught the ball and he's taking it dead, just popped it up in the air, and then Amon, bit of footwork, nice hard run into space from Jaden Sewer.
Well, it makes little difference to the result, but you got to laugh at Davey Moali. His instinct was, don't go out, don't go out. Gee, he's been good, Jaden Sewer. He has already become a most important player for St George Illawarra. Now, Jack Bird to take the margin from 14 to 12. Not the most dependable kicker. South Sydney, no matter what happens here, their 8th consecutive win over St George Illawarra. And they finish with a converted try, full time, with South Sydney getting their 2nd win of the season. More questions and answers for the Dragons. But it's South Sydney's night. At Accor Stadium, South 24, St George Illawarra 12.